sound check. Can you hear me? Is this loud enough? Okay. Do you want to be closer?
Yeah.
Let's come a little bit closer. Everybody come up to the blue line here. Hi. Okay, so we're ready to start now. What's going to happen now is that I'm going to illustrate a branding model for artists. This is going to be a quick 15-minute tutorial, an easy 3-step guide. When you've all seen this, you'll be able to go home and directly apply this to your own artistic practice. It's going to be in English so that everybody can follow it. If anybody wants to leave the room, please do so quietly through the back doors. Before I start this tutorial, I'm going to take a second and talk about why it's important to think about branding within the world of art. Because obviously to have a strong brand is not a goal in itself. It's the tool we use to get to our ultimate goal, which in other industries would be to make more money. Obviously in the art world there is another currency which is far more important than money, which is recognition. Obviously, not just any kind of recognition, not recognition from others, and you would probably just be exhibiting at the Monument's basement. I'm talking about getting recognition from experts in the art world. Gallerists, curators, collectors, experts. And all of the artists who are exhibiting here has all received a great deal of this currency. So I think we should start this tutorial by congratulating all the artists who are exhibiting here, even though they might not be here right now this second. So, let's give them a round of applause. The natural question from here would of course be, is this enough? Is this crowd big enough for you? Is this the ultimate goal of one's career, or is it just another step on the career ladder? Obviously we all know the answer to this, because in the art world there is a hierarchy within recognition. If you've gone to an art academy, you've seen this 100 times before. This is the hierarchy of recognition. So, needless to say, the goal of any artist is to climb the career ladder up until the top, begin work biennials, museums, until you work to Russian oligarch. So to reach the top of the art pyramid is pretty easy, right? Because all you need to do is just make great work and look at stuff. More. Superstar artists are not where they are today because they made great work. They're not there because they have talent, which nobody even knows what it means. Superstar artists are where they are today because they have tactic. One of the most influential artists of our time is Tina and Kiesel's invisible work. So if you want to compete in a market like this, you need this tactic. And a part of this tactic is called having a strong brand. If you don't believe me, let me illustrate this. I'm going to show this branding model on an artist who has received tons of recognition. This artist has exhibited at Tate Modern, Berlin Biennial, and been praised by star curator Hanson Gray-Oakrist. I think we all know who I'm talking about. Could be Amelia Blumet. Amelia got so famous in the art world at only 25 when she started posting a series of work on Instagram. What I'm about to show you was called the world's first Instagram masterpiece. It's a selfie. And as I said, not just any kind of selfie. This was exhibited at Tate Modern, so this is art. There's no doubt about it. But let's start this branding tutorial asking ourselves the question: how come this was exhibited at Tate modern and called an artistic masterpiece when it looks just like other selfies found online. Like this one. The only difference is just this is art and this isn't. Do you see the difference? Art, not art. Art, not art. So, how come this was called an art piece and this wasn't? Could it be because of the composition in the picture? No, they're both pretty similar. Could it be because of the content in the picture? No, they're both women taking selfies. Could it be that the answer as to why this is art when this isn't about what's in the picture? It's about who made the picture. Now we're on the right track. The truth is, the art world don't care about individual pieces of work. The art world very even cares about so-called masterpieces. What the art world cares about is what an artist does before and after producing a masterpiece. The art world cares about your entire brain. And the entire brain of Mette Riise was so strong that she could turn selfies into art like Jesus turned water into wine. So that's what we're going to teach you today. How to build a strong brain, and we're going to let Mette lead by example because she did so many things right. So, the first step in training your art is looking inside work. Ask yourself, what do I make art about? Here, this is your core theme. In this case, Amelia chose to make work about a theme which she calls power structures. Actually, this is also just another fancy term for saying that she works with the theme of capitalism. Obviously, you can't see that you work with the theme of capitalism in the art world anymore because it's such a worn-out theme. So if you work with this, you need to call it something else. In this case, power structures. Next thing you need in building your brand is a visual identity. How does your art look like? So, here you need three things. The first thing you need is to choose your medium. So, I'm Wikipedia learning what's it going to say? Your paper, sculpture, performance, video artist. People don't have room in their brains to remember you for more than one medium. So, the medium of Amelia was, she chose to brand herself on being a modern-day performance artist. Next thing we need is a signature style. Why do we need a signature style as an artist? Why do you need a signature style as an artist? You've been at this course before.
So people can recognize you?
Yes. Why is it important to be recognizable? What could a signature style correlate to in other markets? Well, artists need signature styles like products need logos. If you buy a Lamborghini, you want your friends to see it. In the same way, there's absolutely no point in owning an anti-warhol if your friends can't recognize it. So, the signature style of Amelia is interesting. She did something which is really dangerous in the art. She changed her signature style. To begin with, her signature style was iPhone. It was all the pictures she did, everything she posted on Facebook and Instagram, which was art pieces, the iPhone was always there. Then, she started doing a new series of work. Here, her signature style was her pigeon, Bob. This is so dangerous in the art world, because how can collectors follow her work and keep collecting her if she keeps changing her signature style? That would be like if Johnny Corner started using red in all his paintings. The truth is, the signature style of Amelia is not her iPhone or her pigeon. It is herself. It If you are a performance artist, using yourself in your brand is genius. Because it correlates perfectly with your primary medium, and that's when we remember Amelia is so strong in our consciousness. So, signature style, result. Last thing you need in your visual identity is USP. You need something. Why do you need something quite as nice? This is a yes. Why do we need a signature style as an artist? Thomas, you've seen this before also. Not because you want to make more money. The signature style is here for collectors to collect you. That's going to get you money. But if you want recognition from intellectuals in the art world, if you want critics, art historians to recognize you, you need to brand yourself on being the first to do something. Star curators like Hans Ulrich Obrist is not looking for the followers of movements. He's looking for the pioneers. So, find something which you can say you're the first to do. In Amelia's case, she chose to say she was the world's first Instagram performance artist. She coined that term, which is also why it's important to check your art history, because you can be walking around thinking, I have a unique selling point, when actually somebody else already coined that term. So, we've now branded the work from inside out, giving you a core theme you always work with, a visual identity which makes you seen and remembered. But there's one last thing to brand. Who are artists in here? Let me see, raise your hand. Thomas, you're an artist. We have one artist. What's your name? It's a beautiful name. What's your last name? Habo. That's too long, we're just going to call you Alberta. Do you know what people call your art? What's your name? They're going to say, huh, that's not bad. Oh my god, an amazing piece. Where can I get some more of her? Well, she just signed with Christopher Elon, which is also a brand. There you can find more of her. When you enter the art world, you go from being a subject to an object. So we need to brand you. You are what we call your brand's voice. So if you have a personal story, a tragic childhood memory which you connect to your work, this is what you should use for a brand voice. And the brand voice of Amelia was that she chose to brand herself on being a social climber. Which means every time she talks about the fact that she grew up in her poor working class, the fact that her mom was a poor Russian immigrant, it's only, and now she's half Thai middle class, it's only enhancing her brand, because the whole theme she works with is power structures. So, if you have difficulties finding your brand voice, a good thing you can do is look at archetypes. Here are some of the classic Danish artist archetypes. We have the provocateur, Hornslet, who sells homeless people in New York. We have the spiritual, Alexander Torborg, who starts all of his performances with freeing people from the devil with holy water. I tried that personally myself, it was pretty funny. Then we have the post-feminist, Dina Eidesgaard, who's here posing next to the Danish Prime Minister with a picture of Wonder Woman on her stomach. Then we have political, superflex, and this goes on and on. One artist who did an outstanding job on branding herself with her brand voice is Ayoi Kusama, who branded herself on being insane. Which is not so spectacular in itself, because there are a lot of artists who are insane. Actually, probably the majority of artists are a bit insane. But the reason that it was so smart of her to brand herself on her mental state was the fact which radiated up to his signature style, as well as these random bud paintings, which honestly would have not been as interesting if she was not insane. So, now that we're branding your work from inside and out, you have a core theme you always work with, visual identity and the brand voice. All you need to do now is just to go out and market it. Which is really easy because now you know who you are. All you need to do is just hand in your portfolio to a gallerist. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that because marketing in the art world is just like things. Clear do's and don'ts. Because you want to seem interesting and wanted. You don't want to seem desperate and self-promoting. So, how to self-promote without seeming self-promoting? That's an art in itself. Lovely for all of you guys. I still have one piece of my catalog left, which I'm selling you today. Only 30 each one, you can buy it in the entrance. In here you get a basic how-to marketing guide for artists. This is going to tell you how to pitch your work in 3 sentences, how to spot gatekeepers in the crowd, when a photo is there, you want to know how to spot him, how to talk to him, and how to know if you connect with the right combination of friends. And there's much more inside. And if you're interested in more tips on marketing for artists, please sign up for this new course which I'm doing, Marketing for Artists, which I'm going to hold in February. I'm just going to take a second to let you guys take a picture of my email. All that's left to say now is just thank you all for coming and good luck climbing the career ladder.